Good morning, YouTube. Welcome back to the channel. This is IMAX Sports Another Football video, and today I'm going over my Week 17 predictions for the 2022 NFL season. I do predictions on the channel every single week, so if you enjoy the video, make sure to come back next week for Week 18. Let's get right into it. First off, we have my Week 16 recap. I've been doing recaps on the channel every single week since one of my channel members suggested it. So if you want to make any suggestions for the channel, let me know. Jags over Jets was my first pick. I had the Jags winning 27-23. They won 19-3. Big win for the Jaguars. Defense played well. I was pretty close when the Jags scored, not close when the Jets scored. Ravens Falcons, it's pretty close for both scores, it's within one score. Usually I try to get within one score for both teams. 20-16 was my prediction, 17-9 was the final score. I got the game right. Panthers Lions, I got the game wrong, but I got the score almost identical. I really thought the Lions were going to run away with this one, but the Panthers quite literally ran away with it with over 200 rushing yards in the first half. Phenomenal game by the Panthers. Lions disappointing me so far, but I'm still rooting for Amon-Ra St. Brown and the Lions to do well for the rest of the season. Chiefs Seahawks have the Chiefs winning 30-20. The Chiefs won 24-10. So I was a little high on the score. I thought Seattle's offense would be a little bit more competent, but they've been kind of downhill recently. Same with the Jets. Overall, Kansas City, phenomenal game. As close on their score, was not that close on the Seattle score. Saints Browns got the game right once again. So I believe that for this week I'm 12-3 with one game left. I was close on the score. I was 6 points away on the Saints. I was 8 points away on the Browns. Not the best score ever, but I was within a score for each team. Interesting game. Deshaun Watson's playing horribly. Bengals over Patriots, had the Bengals winning 25-17. They won 22-18. So I was 3 points off from the Bengals, 1 point off from the Patriots. Almost identical to the actual score. Although if the Patriots had scored instead of fumbling on the goal line, then we'd be in a playoff spot. And this one, I'd be much happier than getting the score right. But we lost, and I got the score right. Vikings over Giants, had the Vikings winning 30-24. It was 27-24. I know I've had slightly closer ones, but this is about as close as you can get. I almost picked 27-24, but I've had some very close scores in the past, and this one was one of the better ones. Bills-Bears, had the Bills winning 40-34. They won 35-13. Close on the Bills score, not at all on the Bears. Texans over Titans. I had the Titans winning that game. Texans won in an upset. Score really just wasn't close. Niners versus Commanders. I was one score off for both teams. I had the Niners winning 30-22. They won 37-20. Commanding victory, number 4 in a row for the Niners. I believe they've won a total of 7 or 8 in a row now. Cowboys Eagles. I had the Cowboys winning 33-29. I was 7 points off on the Cowboys and 5 points off on the Eagles. I thought it would be a 4-point game. It was a 6-point game. Overall, pretty close for both teams. Steelers over Raiders, had the Steelers winning 24-23. They won 13-10. As close in the point differential, I had about double the scores for each team. Dolphins over Packers, had the Dolphins winning 30-27. The Packers won 26-20. An upset I was very happy about because now the Patriots technically have a chance to make the playoffs still. Close game for both teams. Packers were able to get it done. They were able to run up enough clock with Tua throwing 3 interceptions to win the game. I was way off on this score, but I got the game right, which is all that really matters when someone scores 51 points and they're expected to score 20. And the Rams beating the Broncos 20-17. They won 51-14. Crazy game. 4 interceptions for the Broncos. The Rams just dominated them. And then Bucks Cardinals. I had the point differential wrong, but I was within a score for both teams. My score prediction was 23-13. It was 19-16. Much closer game than I expected, but I had the Buccaneers, and I had the score fairly close. So, yeah. Moving on to Thursday Night Football, we have Cowboys-Titans. I had the Cowboys winning 33-18. Cowboys are on a roll. They're one of the best teams in the league. Titans have lost 5 in a row. They're looking horrendous every single week. Derrick Henry is looking better and better and better, surprisingly, every single week since they've been doing worse. Yet the team still cannot make up for how he's doing. And they just don't run him in the second half, which is shocking. Because they had a lead against Houston in the first half when they were running him, and then they stopped, and they lost their lead. Anyways, Derrick Henry ran over Cowboys 33, Titans 18. Sunday at 1 o'clock, we have Cardinals versus Falcons, Eagles, Saints, Washington against the Browns, Giants, Colts, Jaguars, Texans, Buccaneers, Panthers, Patriots, Dolphins, Chiefs, Browns, Broncos, and Lions, Bears. Most of the games from now on will be divisional games. All of next week will be divisional games. But this week there's some non-divisional games like Eagles, Saints, Giants, Colts. But for the Cardinals, Falcons, but for the most part it's divisional games. Which makes it interesting because there's two divisions that are majorly up for grabs and a bunch of wild card spots that are. Cardinals, Falcons have the Cardinals winning 27-16. I think that Arizona is going to have a great offensive week against a very bad Falcons defense. I think that Trace McSorley has shown some promise in some of these games, and I think that they're going to have a much better game against a non-top 5 defense, because Tampa Bay's defense is top 5. Eagles versus Saints, I have the Eagles winning 31-20. I think the Saints will put up a fight. Overall, I think the Eagles are just going to have a dominant fourth quarter, dominant second half, even though the Saints will be in it for most of the game. The Saints, I think, have a pretty solid team, but they just haven't been together for enough of the year to do anything significant. Washington versus the Browns, I have the Commanders winning 25-17. I'm not going to be picking the Browns in any games until Deshaun Watson plays one good football game. Not much to be said there. Deshaun Watson hasn't played a single good football game, and for that reason, I'm picking Washington. Giants versus the Colts, I have the Giants winning 26-19. It's going to be a tight game. The Colts are going to make every game a tight game, I think. I don't think they're going to win many. There's 2 games left. I think they'll probably lose both of them, but I think that they will make a game out of it. And the Giants don't blow anyone out. They just win every game really closely. They're like the beta version of the Vikings. Like, they win every game closely, but they'll lose to the Vikings type thing. Colts, they'll win a close game against the Colts. I don't think it'll be too big of an issue. They'll probably have a lead the whole game, but the Colts will make it interesting. Jaguars, Texans, I have the Jaguars winning 30-27. Huge game for Jacksonville. The Texans are a divisional rival, and they've been playing well recently, so it could be a close game, but Jacksonville is looking like one of the better teams right now in the AFC. And by better teams, I mean they look like they're the 6th seed. But overall, I think it'll be an interesting game. Houston will make it interesting, but Jacksonville should be able to win. If Trevor Lawrence continues to play how he's played the last 5 weeks. Buccaneers, Panthers have the Bucs winning 20-19. This is the biggest game this week, I think. This and the Patriots game are 2 of the biggest games this week for playoff positioning. The Jaguars game is huge, but the Jaguars can beat Tennessee next week and still get the spot. If the Patriots lose, they're out. And the winner of Bucs-Panthers basically gets the division. If the Panthers win, then they'll have the same record as the Bucs with infinite tiebreakers. If the Buccaneers win, then they'll be 2 games ahead, and the Panthers will not be able to catch them. I have the Buccaneers winning 20-19. This is the must-win game of the season for Tampa Bay, and I think that Tom Brady will get it done. Much like in the Cardinals game, I don't think it'll be pretty. I think it'll be horrendously bad offense. The defense will play well, and Tom Brady will have a fourth quarter comeback and game-winning drive to win the game. Patriots Dolphins, I have the Patriots winning 27-20. Tua does not do well in under 50-degree games, but sadly it will be over 50 on Sunday. So the one time we need it to be under 50, it's going to be over 50 in January, or December, or whatever month this is. Patriots Dolphins, I have the Patriots winning 27-20. I do think that the Patriots will be able to win. Miami's offense is looking worse and worse every week, and I think that the Patriots defense will have a good showing. I don't think it will be amazing. I think it will be a scrappy game, bad first half, good second half on offense, but I think the Patriots will be able to get it done. Chiefs Broncos have the Chiefs winning 34-17, and Lions Bears have the Lions winning 32-20. The Bears just can't do anything recently. I think that if the Lions lose this game, I will lose all faith in them. But I'm still rooting for Amon-Ra St. Brown. I'm still rooting for the Lions. If there's any chance they can make the playoffs, I want them to. So I'm going to be rooting for them. Chiefs Broncos have the Chiefs winning 34-17. It's going to be not a close game. The Broncos made it close the last time. I don't think they will twice in a row. I think Kansas City is going to blow them out of the water in this one, and they're going to have a commanding victory. Saturday at 4 o'clock, we have Niners, Raiders, Chargers, Rams, Vikings, Packers, and Seahawks, Jets. The Niners beating the Raiders 30-13. If the Niners want the 2 seed, this is a must-win game. They have already locked their division, and if they win this game, then they could potentially be in the running for the 2 seed if the Vikings lose a game, any game. So I have the Niners winning 30-13. Chargers-Rams have the Chargers winning 27-24. The Chargers don't like winning. They're the antithesis of winning this year. They lose all their games to bad teams. I think they're going to win this one, but it's going to be close. The Rams will make it close. It's going to be tight. Baker Mayfield will have a good game. I have the Chargers winning by 3. Seahawks-Jets, I have the Seahawks winning 20-17. This is the worst game of the week. Nobody's going to watch this game. This game is 2 horribly bad teams that are just going down, that people had faith in for most of the year. It's Geno Smith against the Jets. This will be a bad game. And then Vikings-Packers. This, in some people's opinions, is the game of the week. Obviously, there is a game of the week. This is not it. But this is a huge one as well. I'm picking the Vikings to win, 38-35. Although I'm picking the Vikings to win, I give the Packers 60-40 odds to win the game. Aaron Rodgers needs to win the next 2 games to make the playoffs. He's not the most clutch quarterback in the history of the world for playoff considerations. But it's in Lambeau. He has 2 games in a row in Lambeau. And I think that the Green Bay Packers have a better chance than the Minnesota Vikings to win this game. I am picking the Vikings out of respect for Kirk Cousins and his 7 game-winning drives and fourth-quarter comebacks. If he has 7 game-winning drives and fourth-quarter comebacks, I'm not picking against him, against a team that is below 500. I'm just not. That's just not realistic. I think the Packers are going to win, but I have to pick the Vikings out of respect for Kirk Cousins and how he's played this season. Sunday Night Football, I have the Steelers beating the Ravens 17-13. This will be a horrendous game. This will be worse than Seahawks-Jets. This will be horrible. This is a terrible Sunday Night Football game. Tyler Huntley has played like trash, and the Steelers can only win games on defense. So, 17-13. That's my score. I'm not watching this game. I'm not turning this game on. I have no people in fantasy in this game. Yeah. Monday Night Football. This is the game of the week. This and the Vikings game are going to be the 2 best games, I believe, this week. Except, I think Patriots-Dolphins could be interesting. I have the Bengals winning 34-30. Definitely the best game of the week. Potentially the best regular season game of the season. Obviously, Bengals-Chiefs was very good. All the Bengals games are good, but I think that this is the game of the season, especially because it's a fight for the 2 seed in the AFC. Potentially the 1 seed if Kansas City somehow loses one of their last 2 games. I have the Bengals winning 34-30. It's going to be tight. It's going to be close. Ultimately, the Bengals are at home, so I'm picking the home team. Both of these teams have 1 loss at home. The Bengals are 5-1, the Bills are 6-1, and the Bengals have one extra loss away. I think the Bengals will win this game at home to get the tiebreaker over the Bills. Both of them will be 12-4. Kansas City will either be 13-3 or 12-4, depending on if they win or lose. So, yeah, those are my predictions for this week. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Super excited for this week of football. If the Patriots win, I will be through the roof. But if they lose, I really won't be that upset because I expect we're out of the playoffs already anyways. So thank you guys for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed. Leave a like if you enjoyed the video. Subscribe to the channel if you're new and you want to see more content like this. And I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace. Huge shout out to Quinn Lacey for supporting the channel with a channel membership.